Namaste, friends, and welcome to day 2 of our 7-day yoga challenge. Today we will have very relaxing Vinyasa flow, and we will stretch our muscles. We will recharge after our power yoga workout on the day 1. I hope you joined it. If not, I will post the link in the comments. So, if you're ready, roll out your mat, find a quiet spot in 20 minutes of your time, and let's begin this practice. So we're going to start in a sitting position. We will turn facing the front of the mat with your knees bent, and we will start with gentle back bends, rounding your spine, extending your elbows, and exhaling while your diaphragm contracts, and then coming closer to your knees, chin up, inhale, expanding your chest. Again, rounding up, exhale, inhale, come on up closer to your knees. Again, round up, exhale, and inhale, come on closer to your knees. One more time, inhale and exhale, round your back. Inhale, come on closer to your knees. Now you're going to round your back and start slowly lowering down, bringing your knees closer to your chest, giving yourself a nice hug, cheering up yourself before the practice. You can rock side to side, warming up your lower back. And here we will start with hip circles. So return to central position, place your palms on your knees, and just do a couple of hip circles, rotating your hip bones inwards. Gentle movements, don't go too deep. We're just beginning our practice, awakening our body. And let's reverse the direction. Now, rolling your hips outward 3 or 4 times. Find your own speed. You can go deeper if you wish on the second set. So now returning your knees to the center. And now you will lower your feet on the mat and open your knees to the side, and we going to hold this Supta Baddha Konasana for a couple of breaths, stretching our joints, warming up our hips, our thighs, feeling the opening sensation in your hips. You can extend your arms up, or place your arms next to your hips, or you can even place it on top of your knees for more weight and pressure. So you're just laying down, you're relaxing, taking a couple of deep inhales and exhales. One more inhale and exhale, and slowly moving your arms closer to your knees and closing your knees together. Now lift your knees up closer to your chest, and again hug your knees. Now grab behind your knees, and with your spine round, so lift up your neck and your shoulder blades, lift your knees higher and start rocking, returning to a seated position. Again, round spine back and roll up. Try to not let your toes touch the mat, so lift it up above the ground. So one more time, rounding spine back, and with the momentum rolling forward. We repeat this 3 more times, warming up our spine, each vertebra. And one more time, and hold this boat pose. If you cannot hold your legs like so, you can modify this by placing your elbows on the mat So hold this boat pose. If you feel like you can move to the next level, hold behind your knee or even extend your arms and feel how your abdominals are activating in this position. So you're just going to hold the boat pose. Inhale, exhale. Now you're bending your right knee, bringing it closer to your chest, rounding spine, lowering down to the mat. And now let's do a spinal twist. We're just going to turn our body to the left. Extend your right arm to the side to emphasize the stretch in your lower back. If you don't want to go that deep, just like keep your knees a little up, like so. So extend your arm to the side. And now return to center. Bend your other knee, extend your right leg, lower it down, and do a spinal twist on the other side, extending your left arm to the side. Holding this for 2 more breaths. And now returning to the center. And we're going to repeat our roll up exercise. For that, you just lift your chin a little above your nose and you're rocking your body with your spine round, returning to the seated. Again, rock, returning to the seated, rock back with your spine round and come on up into seated position. And on the next one, you can try transitioning to Utkatasana or just slowly come on up onto your feet and come on up into a standing position. So to try Utkatasana, you roll back and with your spine round, you moving your body forward, placing your heels by your hips and then coming up. So with the momentum, it's going to be easier. So rock yourself and move to a Utkatasana. So extend your arms and slowly come on up into a standing position. We will master these roll-ups in this 7-day yoga journey program. So stay tuned. You can do it with the practice. You will get used to it. So come on up into standing position with your arms in front of your chest. Feel the ground underneath your feet. Lower your palms next to your body. Inhale, exhale. On the next inhale, we will move to Utkatasana, bending your knees, extending your arms up and moving your hips, pushing your hips back, keeping your knees together, extending your arms forward and lowering your hips down. From here, we lower down into a forward fold and we walk one knee, other knee, one knee, other knee. So keep your right knee bent, place your palm on the mat and open up your left arm up. Inhale, exhale. Bend both knees, placing your left palm on the mat, extending right knee and right arm up to the sky. Extend it up, extend it up. And now lower down, bending both knees. Come on up into a standing position. Inhale, exhale, palms in front of your chest. And now we will slowly repeat Utkatasana. So inhale, bend your knees, arms up, pushing your hips back, spine is straight, knees together, lower down into forward fold. Now step back into a plank, and we will do our flow. We will start with modified chaturanga. For this, bend your knees, bend your elbows, keeping your elbows close to the trunk, lower your chest, slide forward into a cobra pose. And now from cobra, we're going to push your hips back and sit down in balasana. From balasana, we will start walking our hands forward, little forward, and come into a puppy pose with your hips aligned with your knees, stretching and trying to bring your chest closer to the mat. From here, continue pushing your body forward, push it forward, lower your belly, your hips down on the mat, and here you go, Sphinx pose. Just bring your shoulders down, neck extended. Feel the activation of your lower back. Now lower your forehead down. Place your palm by your sides and try to open up even farther. Stretching yourself, trying to keep your elbows closed. And now lower down again. Place your palms by your chest. Lift up your right leg. Lower down. Left leg. Lower down. And from here, tuck your toes. Push your hips back. And extend into our first downward facing dog. We're going to be very gentle, bending one knee at a time. And now, keeping your knees soft, squat and return to downward facing dog. Squat, downward dog. Don't extend your legs completely. We're just warming up. And 3. Now try to push your heels closer to the ground, holding this downward dog for 2 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now you're lifting your right leg up to the sky. You're bending your knee. You're stacking your hips by trying to keep your shoulders aligned. Now you bring your knee closer to your chest. You hold it here for a second. Lower down your knee. Extend your left leg back. Trying to keep your hips square, parallel to each other. Don't let your leg open like this. Just keep it straight. Activate your core. We're just keeping this for 1 more second. Lower down. Lift your leg closer to your chest. Round your spine to give yourself more space. And step to the front of the mat. Here you lower your leg. And let's spend a couple seconds here aligning this pose. Lift your trunk up. Now, so your hip bones are aligned and they're looking to the front of the mat. Your ankle is aligned with your knee. And you can keep your arms on your waistline and find your center. Shoulders down, trying to keep your spine neutral and straight. Now extend your arms up. And now lower down your palms, pushing your hips back, trying to extend your right leg. Feel a gentle stretch on the back of your leg. You can go as deep as you want. or if you feel more comfortable having your foot placed like so, that's okay too. So extend your leg and slowly return to the low lunge. Look up, inhale, and with the exhale you will return to half Hanumanasana, half split. Again, return with the inhale, with the exhale, Hanumanasana. Inhale, exhale. Okay, from here we start moving our arms slowly, slowly, slowly. We're moving it and we pivoting our knee, coming into a modified side plank. So your knee is aligned with the center of your right foot. You come on up into a position that called candlestick, and now you just lift your arms to the sides, lower your shoulders down, placing your left palm on the mat, just holding the side plank for just a second. And now we're going to add some more complexity to it. So you can, from here, you push your hips back and you put your feet next to, put your left feet next to your right, stack your feet, and here you go. You are holding side plank pose, trying to push your hips up, arm extended, and let's hold this pose. Or we can try moving one step further. We will lift up our, bend the top knee, lift it up. You can hold it here, or you can place the knee inside of your thigh, place it above your kneecap. You can hold this pose or flip your dog by placing your right foot down behind your hip and pushing your hip up. You are on my frame, dude. So, and flipping your dog, holding this pose, pushing your hips up. Inhale, exhale. And now you're going to return to side plank. I have some pine cones on my feet, on my foot. So you're returning to side plank. You returning to high plank, and now you're going to lower your knees, lower your elbows, come on up into upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. Now you're lifting your left foot up, bend your knee, stacking your hip bones. Your shoulders are parallel. Don't let yourself to open like this to the side. And now you're bringing your knee closer to your chest. Hold for a second, lower down, extend your right leg. Again, you're keeping your hips square. Holding this for just a second, lowering your right foot down, bringing your knee closer to your chest, rounding your back to give yourself more space, and taking a step forward with your left leg this time, lowering your right knee and coming into a low lunge position, extending your arms up,
or keeping it on your hips. Lowering down, pushing your hips back, extending into a half split, Hanumanasana. Returning, taking an inhale, low lunge, knee aligned with the ankle, pushing your hips back, half split, returning to low lunge, again half split, returning to low lunge, and again returning to half split. From here, we start walking our hands, walking, pivoting our knee, pivoting our left foot until we face the camera or the screen. We come on up into a candlestick dipper and we align our knee with our left foot, placing your palms on your knees, extend your arms to the sides, your spine is straight, shoulders down, feel your alignment, and now you slowly lower your arm, right arm to the mat, extending your left arm up to the sky. And from here, you're pushing your hips back, lifting your right leg up, and stepping into a full plank, stacking your feet, stacking your shoulders in one line, trying to push your hips up, activating your obliques. And from here, you can either hold this pose, or if you feel tired, you can again bend your knee, or you can try challenging yourself and bringing your knee up into a tree pose, or just step back into a flip dog and push your hips up, reversing your downward facing dog other way, feeling a gentle stretch on your back. Now slowly return to side plank, return to high plank, and let's do our Chaturanga Dandasana, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Holding this pose for just a couple of seconds. And now returning slow to the plank pose, lowering your knees down, sitting down on your heels in Balasana. Slowly come on up onto your knees. We will finish up our practice with another stretch with the camel pose. So modification will be placing your fist behind your back and gently pushing your hips, pushing your shoulders and shoulder blades together, chin up, looking up to the sky. Or you can go farther and grab your heels, trying to push your pelvis forward, feeling the opening sensation in your chest. Again, returning your palms on your lower back. Just wait for a couple of seconds for your spine to become neutral. Make your spine straight and slowly with the control, lower yourself down. No rush at all. Open up your knees wider and let's do a counter stretch in Balasana. And slowly return to a seated position. And here we're going to close our practice with a deep inhale. Exhale, palms in front of your chest. And very last words of this practice is the gratitude to our body, to our life, and to this universe for this wonderful, peaceful time and for everything around us. Thank you for joining this practice. Namaste.